of them for you here on ESPN. The action continues. We'll be back live to Road America, getting close to that pit window. Welcome back to Road America, where we've had a couple of dramatic twists from high overhead. There is the car of Greg Moore, who just went into the wall on the fastest part of the racetrack and scuttled down it into the runoff area down at Canada Corner, where he finally came to a stop. Now let's take a look at what happened. This is Greg Moore's.
They're coming down to the fastest part of the track. You'll see him in the Canada Corner. Look in the back of your screen. He's in there. He tried to get around Ribeiro on the outside. I don't know if he touched, but he got on the grass. Oh, he just missed him. Just missed Ribeiro. Look at that. And then there, look at this. Upside. Oh my gosh, that's Davey Jones upside down. How did you get upside down?
He is under the bridge up the hill from Canada Corner at turn 13. Now the report from the corner is that he is talking to the corner workers. You can see him moving around, but he is pinned under that car, it appears.
We don't know what's going on, but they've got to get somebody there with a fire extinguisher, because they could be dripping out. They seem to be calm. No fluids are coming out. He just seems to be moving the tires away. I think Davey, I don't know, he must have, see, he's moving right there by his foot, the lower left. There's Greg Moore. He's obviously okay.
There you see his tire tracks coming straight across the apex at Canada Corner.
But we saw the advantage of that runoff area and that gravel pit, how much it slowed him down. In the old days, if that wall had been there, that'd have been a monumental accident. And this one appears to be. I mean, you get a car upside down like that, it stayed upside down. This is a pretty severe accident.
Safety crew is on the scene. Davey Jones in his first IndyCar start here since replacing Eddie Lawson in the Gallus car. And he is right in the middle of the track. There's Greg Moore down at Canada Corner watching the field go by. Let's see when Andre Ribeiro comes by.
If he signals to him with
Still shaking his head. Now watch the back of your screen. There's Moore right out on the edge.
He tries to get by. They made a darty move there. Couldn't tell if that was contact or if it was just his rear tire. Look, he's got a wheelie going there. He got it up. He must have flattened that tire. Now everybody behind there can't even see what's going on.
All they know is there is trouble ahead, but Moore got the car stopped safely in the gravel trap. Let's go to Marty Reed.
Yes, and Christian Fittipaldi is in, and they are going to be switching to the primary. He was very concerned, as we mentioned just a few minutes ago, about that optional tire making it the first stop, but he is in and out. What a great stop, and Michael got it away at first.
Now they're trying to turn over Davey Jones's car.
I think what they're probably trying to do there, Bob, is they're getting it on his side. I don't know if they want to drop it just yet to get him out. If he's free and he can get out on that before they drop it on the ground, you don't want to do any damage to him when they lay it down. But you see everybody went over there. They're stabilizing the car. I think they're just trying to get him out.
Jan Beekes.
Yes, both Team Rahal entries are down here on pit road. And you may say, well, why the heck are they here so late? That's because both Bobby Rahal and Brian Herta, by the way, who just did 11.49 second stop, they came into the pits when it was closed. But the team claims they did not tell us it was closed until after we were already on pit road. So therefore they came in, they let them go straight past their pits. They did not do service. The crew believes neither Rahal nor Herta will be penalized because they did no service on the car. However, they're way back in the order now because of that miscue.
Yeah, Jan, one of the things, the problems here with Elkhart Lake, of course, is that the entrance to the pit is down at the bottom of the hill. You cannot see the starter stand there, and they've got to come up the hill before they'll see those double yellows. See where the entrance to the pits is right to the right? They got to climb that blind hill. He couldn't have seen it. I think that's a fair call.
Well, Dennis Swan is in his first start as the chief steward designate on the PPG IndyCar Series, and he's had a busy Sunday thus far.
He has had a busy time of it. The other thing that I noticed in those pit stops, there's so much going on right now, was that Michael Andretti got out of the pits in front of Christian Fittipaldi.
Cleanup continues as Greg Moore walks up the hill toward the scene of Davey Jones's wreck. They have got the car over. They're working with Jones, and they've brought a record to move the car away. There you see them working on the accident scene. We'll step away for a moment and return to a dramatic Texaco Haviland 200 at Road America. Stay with us.
You can catch round 3 at 5:30 coming up. Let's send you back out to Barcia.
Back live at Road America, you see the accident scene from Davey Jones about to be cleared up, but we are still under a full course caution. And the best news of all is that Davey Jones appears to be just fine. Highlights of the day in motorsports are coming your way on ESPN2 on RPM tonight, and we've got plenty to talk about with this race alone. But Kenny Mayne and company will also have the NASCAR GM Goodrich Dealer 400 from Michigan International Speedway. And we understand it is now raining at the IRL race at Loudon, New Hampshire. What hasn't happened today in motorsports? You'll get it all on RPM tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific on the Deuce. There you see the field still under caution. There is some of the wreckage, including the tire from Greg Moore's car after a spectacular slide down the wall into the runoff area at Canada Corner. Down in the pit lane, Marty Reed.
Yeah, we're down there with Tony Brunetti, team manager of, well, Greg Moore's team. And what did he say on the radio?
We really didn't talk to him after the incident. We're fortunate to have a monitor in our pit, so we were able to see what actually transpired from television perspective anyway, but I haven't talked to him yet, but he appears to be okay, and that's the important thing.
Unfortunately, it's a long hike back. You guys may be torn down, packed up, and ready to go by the time he makes it.
Yeah, it is quite a ways back there. As long as he's okay, that's the important thing.
Thanks, Tony.
Yep.
I guarantee one thing, he will be frustrated when he comes back. He took a long look back up that straightaway as if to figure out what had happened. That's Greg Moore's situation. Now, Jan Bikas, what can you tell us?
Well, you know what? Sometimes you can learn things from the radio communications between the drivers and the crews. According to Robbie Gordon, according to Walker Racing, he believes that Andre Ribeiro made contact and actually put off Greg Moore. That's Robbie Gordon's opinion from down here on pit road. Now, we had all kinds of things going on here as far as action on the track, work on pit road. Alonso Jr. picked up all kinds of spots because they made a very quick stop, no changes on the car. However, Mauricio Gugelmin came in, they got the fuel nozzle stuck, and he lost 4 or 5 positions. So everything breaking loose down here on pit road. And according to Robbie, Andre is the man who caused it.
All right, thank you, Jan. For Greg Moore, his 6th DNF of the year. And speaking of Robbie Gordon, as you may have heard earlier today, he has announced that he will go to Winston Cup action next year after finishing as runner-up in the International Race of Champions, and that is a surprising move indeed. There is Robbie Gordon. He has had a very down year with Walker Racing. Now he will make his move to Winston Cup. Danny, you had a chance to talk with Robbie earlier today.
Well, I did, and I asked him about the IRL because the rumors that are floating around, of course, is that he's going to run an IRL team and do some races, particularly Indy. I know Robbie wants to go to Indy, and he's been an avid fan of that place, and he wants to get back there, but he wouldn't comment. He said that's not true at the moment, but I think we'll have to wait and hear from him a little bit later on that one. But the other thing is with the Winston Cup championship, he's got a pretty full dance card with that. He's got, what, 32 events that he's got to take care of.
I think Robbie's exact words were, that sounds like a great idea when you asked him that. Now let's take another look at Greg Moore's situation from Mark Blundell's onboard camera. Moore up ahead.
Just see, he gets on that dirt. Boy, Mark's had to back off here. He doesn't know what he's going to do. So he's waiting for Greg to go someplace. You couldn't really tell from that whether he actually made contact or not.
Well, it certainly led to an interesting leaderboard as the pit stops continue and we get set to go green. Zanardi back up front with P.J. Jones in Dan Gurney's All-American Racers Eagle Mark V. Just behind him, we are green once again.
And look at that on the inside. Al Jr., Michael, Christian Fittipaldi, who lost that lead under the pit stop. He won't be very happy about that.
Keep in mind, all of this has serious implications for the points championship as you watch Paul Tracy making, gosh, I'm losing count, 4 pit stops to this point.
I think he's done more pit stops almost than laps. He's been in there a lot. I think he's way down in 23rd spot. Look at this on board. Christian's taking a look to get inside of his teammate. Oh, they go in there. They're not going to give up. Side by side. But Christian's got him. That was a good piece of driving on both guys' part there. That was as close a racing as you're going to get, but Christian got through it clean.
That moves Christian up into the 3rd spot and drops Michael Andretti to 4th as the field comes streaming down the hill. Andre Ribeiro just behind Michael Andretti, and now we have a slow-moving car. That's Roberto Moreno.
This is an escape road down here at the end of turn 5. He's weaving his way around there. He can join the track, but if something's broken on the car, he'll stop there and get a tow back up the pit road, or inside the pit road, the paddock road, I guess I should say, to his garage.
It's been quite a weekend for the Peyton Coyne racing team. Walter Payton, of course, inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in South Bend, Indiana yesterday. But he is here this weekend. Robbie Gordon on the charge, goes by Andre Ribeiro.
Boy, it almost looked like Ribeiro had a problem there, the way he just kind of let him go on the inside.
Lift it would be for the Walker Racing team if Robbie Gordon can get a good finish today. Now there's Alex Zanardi, who has opened up a huge lead as you see him flashing by the pits. That bird's eye view provided by the new Miller Eagle. The Miller Eagle airplane being tested by Miller Brewing right there is a way of providing fans new views of their favorite races and other sporting events. And at times he's going to be hard-pressed to stay up with these Indy cars on this track. Look at them rocket along through the trees down to turn 5. Spectacular racetrack is Road America. In fact, like that other Wisconsin sports treasure, the Green Bay Packers, it's not owned by a single entity. There are 2,300 outstanding shares of this racetrack, owned by some 200+ shareholders, the largest of which is the Chicago region of the Sports Car Club of America, from which organization a lot of the corner workers and turn marshals come. And look at Al Unser Jr. up into second spot. Earlier today, Roger Penske said, we are racing Jimmy Vasser for the points championship. And right now, Al Unser Jr. is in a good position to do that.
Well, I got to tell you, at the moment, Al Unser Jr. is in position 2, and Jimmy Vasser is way down the field in 16th spot. That's out of the points. And if we had Gilles de Ferran's way, they black flagged Al Zanardi and penalized him, give Al the thing, we'd have a championship race again.
Oh my goodness, imagine what Vancouver is going to be like when we get there. Al Unser Jr. with a car he said has been very difficult to figure out on the high-speed road courses this year, but there's his progression through the field, helped by these yellow flags, no doubt, but given credit, he is racing hard for that championship.
And Al Unser Jr. has finished second here, I think, quite a few times in a row. I think he's been, the last couple of times in a row, he's been in second. He's finished second quite a few. He's very good around here, and he's one of those guys that can carry a car.
4 second-place finishes here at Road America for Al Unser Jr. He has yet to climb to the top step of the podium. Let's get an update on Davey Jones now.
Yes, and we're with Rick Gallis, a very concerned Rick Gallis, the car owner for Davey Jones. He just came back here under his own power. He first gave you an update of what happened and then went into the medical center. How did he tell you that unfolded?
Well, there was a lot of dirt and stuff. I think when Greg got off and did his deal, and then Tracy got off and threw a lot of dirt, and he got loose, and it caused him to go sideways, and then he tried to overcorrect, ended up in the sand trap, and then next thing he knew, he was upside down. And but he's fine. He just you know, he's doing just fine. Just mad at himself or mad at whatever. But it was just one of those deals.
And they do have a neck brace on him. Complaining of any neck pain at all?
No, I think that's just to be careful, and that's we got great doctors here and great medical people, and unfortunate for us, we had a long day, so we'll do better next week or whenever we go.
Very relieved, Rick Gallis. Thank you, Rick. Bob?
Thank you, Jan. You ride with Mark Blundell, presently shown in 7th spot. There's a look at the running order with 19 laps complete here at Road America, and we'll be back with more in just a moment. Stay with us.